So I just rendered my video that I made that you are about to see. I have a brand new GoPro. I'm trying it out. I didn't get the angles completely right, so some of the stuff is still going to be weird. I'm still working on it. I'm also doing all the editing myself. Previously on some of my videos I had my son do it. He's taking college to do this stuff, so unfortunately he didn't have the time, and so you guys are stuck with me with my crappy editing skills. So enjoy the video. I'm working on it. It's going to get better. I just need more time and practice. So I guess that's it, and we'll see you later. Enjoy the video. Bye. And we're gonna try this on a Subaru doing an oil change. We'll see how that works out. Be right back. Okay, let's start working here. So I'm working with this to see how the GoPro works for me. So we have a Subaru. It's here. By the way, my heater is on, so when you hear a big rumbling jet engine sound, that's the heater, and I have a fan to circulate that hot air. Anyway, we have a Subaru here. It came in last night. Get there. And initial complaint was no heat. Get that there. And then I quickly was able to solve the no heat problem. It has a mechanical cable from the temperature control to a lever on the heat box, and that cable came off the lever, and I was able to easily fix it last night. So this morning she asked me if I can do an oil change and fix a blinker that's not working. All right, there we go. We're going up. Actually, that's a little too high. Let's go down a little bit. Oh. There we are. And okay, so now we're on the locks. All right, so there's our drain plug, and our oil filter is up in this space here. Let's handle that. Let's get a pair of gloves on. We're going to take jacket off too. Jacket keeps me warm, but it's too bulky. I don't like wearing it when I'm working. All right, how you all doing today? We are starting this about 10 o'clock in the morning. There's the heater. So I know from experience that the drain plug on that Subaru is either a 17 or a 19. I think this one's 17. There it is. Okay. All right. Now, while that's draining, to save time, we're going to check the tires. Make sure that this is set up so it don't spill on my floor. I did not turn my air compressor on. I only have 50 psi in my tank, but tires run about 30 to 35, so it should be enough to keep these tires filled up. That one's sitting at about 34. We're gonna leave them at that. She's not complaining of ride quality, although this tire's got some wear right there on the edge. It's gonna need an alignment, I guess. Put a little bit extra in there. On that one, it's sitting about 32, so we'll make them all 34. But yeah, we got that edge. We got edge wear on both sides on this tire. There and there. So this tells me that she's been running this tire underinflated. She might have just gotten it topped off someplace, but when you have edge wear on both sides, that's usually an underinflated tire. All right, let's get this one. We're good there. We are 32. Bring that one back up to 34 with the others. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, now the oil is drained. We take a look at our drain plug gasket and the threads on our drain plug just to make sure everything is kosher. OEM, the original equipment manufacturer, pretty much across the board on all of them, tell you to replace the gasket. I'm telling you, you don't always have to do that. Just inspect it. If it's damaged, then replace it. Okay. And grab our wrench, get it there, and then a couple of right there. That's a plenty tight. It don't have to be Superman tight. You're going into sheet metal. All right, so wipe it off so the customer don't complain of leaks. And then let's see if we can get this oil filter out by hand. We got to clean it up first. I don't know how well you guys are seeing all this stuff. You mount it on my head, and so I have it. I know that the angle is pointed down and I'm looking straight up, so I don't know how much of it you guys can see. So we're gonna put this here. We're gonna give it a couple of good spins on the filter. The filter came loose by hand, which is good. So a couple of turns. No, there it goes. We'll let that drain. And while that's draining, let's take a look at the rest of the car. Grab the wheel, feel for any looseness. We don't. We're good there. Good there. Okay. That. Grab the sway bar. See if you can move the sway bar. Sway bar is feeling good. Sway bar. I've been seeing lately a lot of the bushings on cars that are they just get worn out. So I've been making a habit to double check the bushings on the sway bar. CV joints look good. No leaks on the struts. Okay. Let's see where I can find my flashlight. Which I think I left it over here. Yep. Left the flashlight over here. Now we can see. You guys might be able to see some of the stuff that I'm looking at. So I just do a general inspection with my eyes. If nothing draws my attention, then that's good. I don't want my attention to be drawn. Then I try to take a peek at the brakes from the inside without having to take the wheels off. That one's okay. That one's got okay. And so I look at the struts. See if I can bend. You guys look way up there. So the struts there, no leakage. Look good here. Let's go back further. Since this is an all-wheel drive, so we look at the suspension, brakes, and whatnot here. Again, just looking for something that may draw my attention. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not trying to sell something. I just want to make sure the car is safe for the lady to drive. Bang on the exhaust with your hand. Obviously, don't do it if it's hot, but you're listening for internal rattles, which I don't see. I see something seeping right here. It is a Subaru, so I expect a leak right at the head gasket. I tell you, you get a Subaru with 100,000 miles, there's always a leak on the head gasket, every single one. So I don't care what you say. So we got minor leaks from the valve cover as well as the head gasket. But it's minor. I'm not worried about it. She probably already knows all about it anyway. I try to see the bottom of the radiator, see if there's any coolant leaks there. Let's get this out of here. And everything else on the car looks good. So let's continue with the oil change. All right, I'll grab another rag. Let's get this oil filter off. There we are. Okay, now let's get the other filter, the new filter. Okay. So now that I have this GoPro camera, I want to try to make my channel just about me and my shop. Not necessarily how to do repairs, although if you can pick up on what I do, then that's great. But I want to show how my shop grows. Okay, so that's on there. And let's wipe that area down. We spilled a little bit of oil. So wipe it clean. Okay, that's what we want. We want clean. We don't want to be the cause of anything dirty on a customer's car. Let the car do that. We don't need to add to it. It's going to do it all on its own anyway. Okay. I want to wipe this down. This bothers me. All right. And then we can bring it down. I'm not going to bring it all the way down because I don't want to bend over. So we'll leave it up in the air for a little bit. All right, and then we got this tool set, this oil set from Harbor Freight. One of the best tools I ever bought from Harbor Freight is this guy. Look at that battery terminal. Look at that. That's just terrible. When you take an oil cap off, put it right at the hood latch. The hood will not latch if that oil cap is off. See what I'm saying? All right. So I know that this Subaru takes 530. I've already looked it up. So we got our jug of 530. Let's start pouring. Now I know that this this car takes 4.6, a little over 4.5 quarts. This is a 5-quart jug, so we're gonna leave about a quart in it and then start it to fill the oil filter up and then top it off after that. So there we are. Someone needs to clean up his tool cart. There we go. All right. Do that just like that. Take the gloves off so we can keep the customer's car clean. Start it up. All right, smooth. And I just count to 10. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just in case I missed the first two. But just enough to make sure that the oil filter got pressurized. Those warning lights are on because the car thinks it's cold. All right, we're going to put the gloves back on. We'll check the oil level. Let's pull this off just for a sec here. Okay, so I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there's a dot right here and a dot or a hole right here. Generally, it's about 1 quart, or I guess a little less than a full liter between the 2 dots. So I can look at this and say, yeah, we need about 3/4 of a quart. So we're going to put our funnel back in. We know we have a quart left in our jug here, so we're going to just pour most of that in there. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should give enough time for all the oil to hit the oil pan. Okay. Look in here. Look at that. How about that? Can you guys see that? Look at that. Right on the money. Uh-oh. But look at that. So you always check both sides of the stick. Always. We need a little bit more oil. We'll double check that measurement. Whoa. Really? Okay, there, and see, we're down. So we're down about 1/4 of a quart. Always check both sides of the stick for that reason. If it's full, it'll be full on both sides of the stick. You can't be full on one side and not have, you know, low oil on the other side. Just don't work that way. So always check both sides of the stick and go with the oil, the lowest side of the stick. Again, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I'm going to wipe it off. All the way down and in. There and there. So we're good. We're full. 5 quarts. Always go by the stick. Never go by what the computer tells you. Computer don't know what's been done to the car. You don't know what's fully been done to the car. So go by the stick. Okay, got that wiped up. Put the oil cap back on. We're going to top off her washer fluid here with a jug. Okay. I never go by this. You know why? Because the customer can't see this. Customer will flip up the cap and go, oh, I can't see the level, you didn't top it off. I always bring it up, but I never go all the way up to the top. I can't say never because sometimes it happens. But I try not to go all the way up to the top because as the engine heats up, that fluid will expand and dribble, and then the customer thinks they have a leak. So try not to go to the very top of that. So while we're here, we're going to take a look at the coolant level. It's a smidge low, so we're going to just top that off. Coolant level in the reserve tank. See See how well I can do this without making a mess. Okay, a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I don't know how well the light sensitivity on that GoPro is down there. I need to order more coolant. Okay, so that's done. Checker brake fluid. It's down, but from what I saw from the brake pads, I expect to see it down a little bit. This one's missing these tabs to check the air cleaner, so we can just slide this piece out without doing anything. Take a look in there. Maybe the next oil change, that air filter is due. It's not due now, so I don't need to worry about it. Okay, but you see how I'm doing? I'm going in a flow. So now that I'm here, I'm taking a look at the belts. And tension feels good, belt feels good, and looks good there. We see the air cleaner, then we're to the power steering fluid. We got the transaxle. Okay, transaxle fluid is good. It's a slight low, but it's cold, so that's all right. All right, and we're gonna treat this because I gotta pull the battery out and change this light bulb, but I want to make sure I can get all that good. So I have battery terminal cleaner. The stuff, I mean, when I first sprayed it, because you guys came in like 30 minutes into this, it was a fuzz that was completely covered that, or not covered, but fully in here. It was a big mound of it. You couldn't even see anything. So we're just going to spray it again, start it cleaning. There. All right, so we got that. I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's some seepage coming from this radiator hose. Looks like the radiator hose has been replaced, so I'm just going to tighten that clamp up just a skosh there. See if I can get it with this flexible wrench. Put a couple more turns on it. Just tighten it up. It's just a little bit more there. Yeah, we don't want to see that. But the hose isn't bad. They just didn't tighten that clamp up enough. Okay. So we are done here. So I'm going to turn you guys off. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me try out my new GoPro. And we'll see how this video goes. If you see it online, then you know it went okay. If you don't see it online, you'll never know what happened. But that's all right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.